Can you turn that? Can you turn it a little bit towards me? And then just less intensity, please. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Robert Baric. We're going to be talking about boosting your immune system naturally. I have my amazing wife helping me out today, Michelle Baric. She's going to also be talking on several parts. So let's get started. Well, obviously we all know about coronavirus, and that's definitely stealing the show right now. And how do we naturally boost our immune system while keeping things that are hurting us or reducing our immune system? And we're going to talk at a big level today, a very high level, not getting into huge details because we've had so many questions about the details that, for instance, and we're going to announce at the end our next week's talk, because it really takes about 30 minutes to get into each part. And of course, you can always join in. We're going to try to do it Wednesday at 12. So let's start off with ways to boost your immune system. So I'm going to pass this to Michelle, and she's going to talk about mindfulness, and you'll be seeing the screen.
Hey guys, so my name is Michelle Baric. I'm Dr. Baric's wife, and I am a health fitness group exercise for like 30 years, and do yoga and all that good stuff. So mindfulness is especially important, during this time. A lot of us, if you're attuned to watching the news and tuning into all that, scary stuff, that you can become in this flight or fight kind of mode. And in that flight or fight mode, your cortisol levels come up, and you're in that, I have to run, I have to hide, your heart rate increases and stuff. And that really brings down your immune system. Someone's mic's on. Anyway, so meditation, mindfulness, and breath work are really good ways to bring the body into a parasympathetic nervous system response instead of a flight or fight. Because when you're in flight or fight, again, your body doesn't have time to repair. It's working on fleeing. It's working on, running. So when you do meditation, mindfulness, and breath work, that allows you to bring your body back down. Of course, laughter is always good, watching a good comedy. And at the end, I'll do a little bit more to focus in on breath work. So I have a different slide for that. So you want to go ahead and continue on? Now they're seeing your screen.
Correct. Sorry about that. I just needed to mute some people. We have some people that just joined. So let's go back to exercise. Exercise is so critical. Especially, many people get very excited about going to the gym, and the gym is phenomenal, but we can't do that in the no-touch world. So what do? Exercise, ideally 4 days a week, 10 to 20 minutes. And yes, maybe you don't have the treadmill or the elliptical or the aerobics class or something, but that could be going up and down your stairs, that could be doing jumping jacks, that could be bouncing on a small trampoline, something where you're getting to be short of breath. So you're labored breathing for 10 to 20 minutes. That boosts your immune system. It also boosts your metabolism. In the ideal world, it's 4 days per week. These are all immune boosters. Next thing is real nutrition. If it's in a box or a can, it's dead. No nutritional value in there. So it's super important. Is it fruits, it's vegetables? I realize that makes it a lot harder because you have to be going to grocery stores. And let's talk about that real quick. What's the most, I just read this from Johns Hopkins. You want to have something on your hands in the grocery store, especially when you're pushing this cart around, because the coronavirus can live for days on plastic. And of course, we have a plastic handle. So is that gloves or is that plastic bags? But yes, real nutrition requires you to go to the grocery store periodically to get real food. Real food is going to be stuff that's going to be rotting. That's going to be fruits, vegetables, eggs, stuff like that. So yes, but you have to be very sensitive. I'm not worried about as much of the fruit that I pick up. I'm not worried about as much as the any containers I'm purchasing. but it's that shopping cart that's been recycled many times. It's definitely a way of spreading stuff. And we're going to go to the next one. Spinal health. This is everything. It's another portion of the whole process. The better your nervous system works, the better your immune system works. Your immune system is totally in control of your nervous system, and obviously, the better it's able to communicate, the better it's able to fight off the joyful things that are all around us. So, all right, this is the no-no list, and here is our problem. Where one is the gas, helps our immune system work better naturally, and the other is the break. And what are the breaks? It's the sugar, it's the alcohol, it's the caffeine. All of those boost your metabolism, but they really are detrimental to your immune system. So the less sugar, the less alcohol, and definitely the less caffeine that you can do, your immune system is going to be raised. In 6 months, it's only my opinion, but in 6 months, this will have come and gone long ago. And if we would be able to go get tested, all of us will have antibodies to the coronavirus. Why? Because we'll all have been exposed to it, and our immune system just builds the self-defenses, just like if we checked your blood and you have anthrax antibodies. Well, where do you get anthrax from? That was the big thing several years ago when they were sending that in powder form, extremely dangerous in that form. But where do we get anthrax from? If you're a gardener, if you're playing in the dirt at all, if you're barefoot in the ground, anthrax is in the ground. Our body deals with it, and the reason why it's able to deal with it because it's very low levels. That's why I think everybody is going to test positive for coronavirus in months and years from now. And guess what? It doesn't mean anything. We've had a very slight exposure. The body had no reaction to it. The immune system, the nervous system managed it. We made a copy of the perfect defense, no longer an issue. Let's talk about toxins. If it's in a soft, if it's in, don't heat things in your microwave in plastic. Make sure it's in porcelain, make sure it's in glass. Be cognizant that saran wrap might not totally be your friend. Squishy plastic water bottles that are PET, that are not pet free, they're the ones that there's a lot of toxins that go into your body that way. Underlying health condition. The more underlying health conditions you have, by far you're going to want to avoid more people. The longer that list is, the less people you want to see. Why? Because your immune system's already compromised. I just had a person come in and they had a rash. Well, why did they have the rash? They had a rash because they're watching the stock market go up and down like a yo-yo. And it's a stress that they had hives. So they go to their primary care doctor, and what does the primary care doctor do? They give them steroids, oral steroids. Oral steroids reduce your immune system. So I jumped on drugs.com, and from drugs.com, I cut the pasted right to showing them that oral steroids increase your chance of getting a virus and possible death. And you're saying, whoa, wait a second here, that's not where I'm trying to go to. So there's many natural ways, but we always have to try to figure out what's the underlying thing. Do oral steroids have their place? Absolutely, but we really have to be extremely cautious this time of year. And of course, if smoking. If you're a smoker, this is the time to quit, because we'd like to have you around. Supplements to consider. Folks, let's face it, a carrot is not a carrot. If you ate a carrot 20 years ago and you ate it today, you have to eat 4 carrots today to get all the nutrition of the 1 carrot that you got 20 years ago. So we have to supplement. Let's talk about these. Vitamin C. You may have read in all the literature that there's a doctor up at a hospital in New York City, and they're actually giving IV vitamin C, intravenous vitamin C, and that is doing very well in helping people recover. And that actually came out of China. So that I read about a week ago. Vitamin D, you can take it orally, very helpful. But yes, what is vitamin D? That's the sunshine vitamin. When we get that sunny day in the south, put your chair, take your shoes off, touch the ground, as long as there's not too much yellow, and get in the sun, show some skin. Vitamin D is amazing. Unfortunately, most people are very low because we're coming through a longer winter. This is our long period of time. So vitamin D is low. Vitamin D, again, when it goes up, it boosts your immune system. Same with vitamin E. Vitamin D and vitamin E are both fat soluble. You have to be sensitive to not take too much, but we can chat more about that. We'll break that down more. Zinc picolinate. Zinc picolinate, amazing. And what do people say? Well, when they're getting the coronaviruses, they're losing their smell and taste. That's one of the main indicators, is your zinc levels low. Will we run into a blood test? Blood tests aren't that efficient. Actually, the best way to check the zinc levels is this. It's called zinc tally. You put a few drops on your tongue. If it tastes like metal, your zinc is good. If there's no taste, your zinc's low. Trust me, zinc is low in most people. What's another reason if zinc is low? People will get what we call big name rhinitis, real world runny nose. And that's also the dripping down the throat. That's the froggy throat. That's the scratchy throat. That's called post-nasal drip. Zinc picolinate, I usually have people take 2 twice a day when they're symptomatic, and down to 2 a day when they're not symptomatic. It's very important also in males to help for testosterone formation. Now let's go through some natural stuff. Elderberry, echinacea, amazing. Essential oils, amazing. Colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is a natural antibacterial, viral, fungal. You can use it orally, you can use it topically. I use them both. It's definitely a good armamentarium. Do you need to take it daily? This time of year, I currently am, especially with the higher viruses, but is it a must all year long? The answer is no. And yes, if you colloidal silver, Blue Man on Google, there was a gentleman that was trying to kill himself with taking too much colloidal silver, and he turned himself Smurf blue. And yes, he was successful. He did kill himself. So too much water is called drowning. Too much of anything you can get toxic on. So I'm going to switch back to Michelle, because this is a thing you can start to do at home now. And this is breath work.
All righty. So again, breath work is super important, and we're just focusing on this today because it's something that you can actually put into practice right away. You know, breath work delivers oxygen to your bloodstream, removes the carbon dioxide, involves the whole body. So it's a whole body process. So starting with the lower diaphragm, when you breathe in deeply through the nose, you're going to fill up that lower belly. And then it's going to come and move into the chest, and maybe even take such a deep breath that you can feel it into your nasal cavity. That is deep breath work that I'm talking about, increasing that oxygen capacity. And again, it activates that parasympathetic nervous system, slows down the heart rate, takes you out of that flight or fight. And it's something you can do right away. If you feel yourself getting tense, or feeling like this is getting to you. If you have a lot of kids around in your home, you need to take extra time to just breathe, and that'll bring you back down, take you into center, bring you out of the storm and into the calm. Pranayama is just a yogic breath. There's a lot of versions of breathing during yoga. Ujjayi breathing is that deep belly breath that I was talking about. Kalabate breathing is just a clearing. Basically, it's a quick breath. It's 2 minutes. It's 108 rounds. And you can hear it's just breathing in and out through the nose very quickly. That's a nice cleansing breath as well. I also wanted to mention Wim Hof. He's also known as the Iceman. If you're not familiar with him, Google him, watch some of his videos. He has another breathing technique that you can use. There's recordings on YouTube you can follow. He actually hyperoxygenates the body as well, holding the breath at the end of 15 rounds of this deep breathing in order to, again, allow the body to grab that oxygen, or we're able to hold it longer than you think you can. So Wim Hof, very, very interesting. He's also able to do ward off bacteria and viruses in his body through this breath and meditation. Cold showers also assist the body in increasing that ability to ward off, bacteria and such. So here's a quick kind of anxiety reliever for this deep breathing. It's a short exercise, so if you guys want to just do this with me really quick, we'll do a couple rounds of it. So I'd like for you to put your feet flat on the floor and sit up nice and straight, lengthening the spine. And I want you to start to breathe, and start with that lower diaphragm, belly breath. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now hold your breath for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Release. 8, 7. Very slow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll try it again. Breathe in through your nose deeply, starting with the lower diaphragm, in up to the chest, maybe even feel it in the nasal cavity, and hold 7 seconds. Feel that breath being stationary in your lungs. Maybe feel your heart. And as you release, slowly breathe out through your mouth for 8 seconds. Breathe it out nice and slow. So that's just an example of a breath that you can do. You can go really at your own pace. You can breathe in and breathe out, just like an ocean wave. If you want to keep that in your mind, breathe it in, breathe it out. So managing your breath will help you, again, get you into your parasympathetic nervous system, bring you down, allowing your body to heal, allowing your state of mind to clear, getting rid of that anxiety. So again, I would encourage you guys to, try this breath work frequently throughout the day. Exercise, again, is great. Yoga movement with the body, anything with the body, get that body moving, get the oxygen flowing through the body, and to deal with that anxiety. And of course, we have neurofeedback is also a venue that you can use for treating the anxiety. But hopefully it'll take a little bit of time this week, today, every day, to do some breath work, to do some mindfulness, and that will really, really help you, and it will change your life. So things you want to say?
Thank you. So I try to do that breath through the day, definitely in the morning. And again, I'm just going to count. So breathe in through my nose, and I just use my hands. So you see that 4, 7, 8, very important. Do not do this while you're driving. You might get lightheaded. So we talked about, we're all going to be exposed to this virus like all other viruses. If your immune system is in great shape, the chance of you becoming is very small. And you see the coronavirus with the corona beer. I know many people are trying to solve the coronavirus with the corona beer. I don't think that works. I'm not very optimistic on that technique. This is a very high level. I realize we went extremely fast. Next Wednesday at noon, Michelle is going to be teaching a meditation and a yoga. So she's going to talk about meditation and yoga. If you so choose, please have wearing something flexible and be able to get on the floor, because it's one of those best things. If you're able to participate, you will get a lot more out of it. And I will be following the chat later. So if there's any specific questions, I'll be able to respond back. Have a great day, and be well, be safe. Take care. So I want to jump back, because now I just figured out how to get back onto the, so I'm seeing that Tai Chi is a great way to breathe, belly breathing, very, very helpful. Breath is so critical. We all shallow breathe. When we shallow breathe, it is very detrimental to good health. We should all be belly breathers. So if you breathe in and your chest is going up and down, you're not doing a good job. If I breathe in and out, my belly should be going in and out, my chest should be not. Only the time when my chest and my belly should be going up and down and moving is when I'm actually in exercise, again, in that shorter breath. So have a great evening. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate. Bye all, take care. Thank you.